And here we are. So like I said last video, we're gonna work on the metal for this, which will be applied to the rim right here, the antennas, and the back of this, like this, these little screws right here. And yeah, so let's get started. So first, I'm just gonna make a new fill layer. Again, I'll name it base, and Control G to make a new folder. Name it small knobs, like this. Yep, that's good. And I'm gonna make a right click, make a black mask, and make a right click, add a paint. I'm gonna click 4 to go to selection mode, and I'm just gonna click on this, which I think, yeah, we'll just click on this part and this part. Are they the same mod? Yeah. All right, sick. Okay, so I'm gonna give it full metal, 1 for full metal, and maybe something like, because you see this is really glossy, so probably gonna try to go for the same look. So let's see, maybe point 1. The thing is, with this environment, it's kind of hard to, because the environment is so dark, it's kind of hard to tell how much roughness we got on here, but maybe 0.2, 0.25, and we'll leave it like this for now. Alright, so it's gonna be here and here as well, and this will have like a different, like, hard plastic material, but we'll take care of that in a sec. And let's see what we like. When you work with metal, you really want to be able to like play with the colors of the metal, because metal is usually pretty flat. So if you work with anything raw metal, you kind of want to give extra attention to like the roughness variation and the color variation. So for this, I'm just gonna call it color variation var 1, and I'm just gonna add color, just color. Let's see, we will give it a maybe bluish type of color, something like this. And I'll probably add a black mask and add a fill. For this, I think a cloud will work just fine. Let's go here to the procedurals, cloud. I'll just use cloud 2, and like this thing is so small, like you really can't see what's going on here, but we'll just do it. Maybe it'll show up in the renders, you know. So I'm gonna put it on triplanar, standard practice. I'm gonna tile it. Actually, there's a scale button here. I'll just use that. Yeah, like this. The reason why these are tiling like this is because they're occupying the same texture space, so which is fine. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like this. Maybe the randomizer. 1, 2. Alright, yeah, this is fine. Let's see, contrast maybe. Yeah, this is fine. Maybe we'll tile it some more. Maybe like 4, 2, 3. Play with the contrast a bit. Maybe less balance, higher contrast. Yeah, that's fine. And we can just lower the opacity for it, because we don't want it to be like overbearing, you know. We just want just a slight little. If we go to the base color, we can kind of see the blue right here. You see what I mean? So I think this will be fine. We can maybe, nah, I think this is fine. We can make another, actually we can just duplicate this, call it, call it duplicate, call it variation 2, and it'll be a slight yellowish type of color. That's kind of how I like to make my raw metal, like a slight blue, slight yellow, maybe some red, but honestly yellow it will be fine. Just some like light yellow, something like this, and I'm just gonna play with the randomizer like so. Yep, like this is fine, and I'll lower the opacity like this. Yep, that's fine. So now if we go to the base color, now you have some blue, some yellow. Again, if you want to put some red on there, just make sure it's not like crazy obvious that it's like red, you know what I mean? So here's the yellow before and after. Here's the blue before and after. All right, and for right now we have this. It might still be a little bit too much, but when we go to Marmoset, we'll check this out. So for this, I'm gonna put these in a layer, like these three layers. I'm gonna put them in a folder. Control G is not working, so I'm just gonna right click, group layers, and I'm gonna name it metal. Hold up, metal. There you go. Do I want to give it? I think I'll give it a black mask, and I will add a paint. And for this, I'm gonna use the UV chunk fill instead. For now, I'm gonna click on this part. I'm gonna click on this. Click on this. Let's see. How does? Yeah, I think the rest is plastic. Starting from under here, maybe on here. All right, everything else will be plastic. I'm gonna go click one so I can have my brush mode, and I'm just gonna actually, let me see if I can do that in this mode. Let's see. Should be here. All right, I'm gonna go to my trusty crosshair view and just make sure I scale it nice like this. Maybe one more scale please, like this. All right, and I click. Whoa, wrong layer. Let's do it again. Right here, click, just like this. Let me go back to my 3D view. Yepers, that looks fine. I think. Yeah, I can't really tell. I'll try it again. Go to my 2D view and paint it out. Try it one more time, but I'll do it in the 3D view instead. Here we go. Yep, this is fine. Again, I think it'll look fine when we make the when we export everything out. Yeah, it'll look fine. So now I'm gonna make a new fill layer outside of the metal folder. Call it base again, but this one is for plastic. So something like this. I don't need normal. Actually, let me do the same for here. I don't need normal and I don't need height. So that's fine. Base plastic, I don't need normal. I don't need height. I will give it a black color. Blackish, maybe like dark gray. Maybe something like this. Yeah, let's see from far away. Yeah, let me see the base color. Yeah, this is fine. Something like this is fine. And I think the roughness, this is pretty rough. I look at this, I can feel what it feels like, if that even makes sense. Like sometimes you look at a picture, you can kind of feel what the material feels like. I look at this, I can feel it's pretty rough for the most part. Maybe it would have some kind of grease or anything, like, you know, because people are touching it. But for the most part, I would say it's fairly rough. Let's see. The metal, I'll make sure I have the metal turned on, because if I have it turned off, if there's any metal below the black, it will show up. So I'm gonna keep it metal turned on 0. Alright, so I'm gonna put this base plastic in a folder, call it plastic, like so. Add a black mask and add a paint right here. I'm gonna press 4 to go to my selection mode, and I'm gonna select this and select this UV, and there's the back. I can't really see it. You know what, if I go in non-perspective, I mean non-orthographic, I might be able to clip behind it like this. Here we go, and we select this. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go back to my orthographic view, like this. And what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the metal above the plastic. Yeah, something like this. This should do nicely. Yeah, that's the one. All right, cool. So we can see there's some like stripes on here to give it grip, to give the knob some grips. I don't know if you can even really see it. Do I have a better photo for it? Let's see. Yeah, you see right here, there's like some stripes going on. Maybe we won't have as much because the resolution for this is pretty small, but we'll have it there just as a, oh hey, it's there type of vibe, you know. So I'm gonna call this height, like so. Turn off everything but the height, add a black mask, and add a fill. Alright, so for this, I'm just gonna use the same procedural I used for the top. Speaking of the top, I think I want to make a slight adjustment to it, like one, like 2 click but like thing to it, so I think it'll look better. But anyway, I'm gonna go back here and type stripes and put it right in the fill layer. Let's see. Triplanar. I guess UV is fine. If I go to the 2D mode, I'm going to my mask mode by alt clicking on the mask, and the rotation, I want the where is rotation? The shift, I want it to be straight like this, right? Then I'm gonna tile it by like maybe 10. Sure, we'll see, we'll have to see. I'm gonna make sure it doesn't tile, and let's see, where is this thing? Let me see, where is, I think it's this. Yeah, I think it's this. So I'm gonna go on my stripe again, bring it up here like so. This is fine. And if I go to my height, I'm gonna give it just a little bit of height. Let me go to my 3D view like this. 3D, 2D. Yeah. And I'm gonna rotate. rotate like this. Yeah, if I go to my mask mode, you'll see like I want to rotate it to be vertical instead of horizontal, so that it is the way the UV is laid out pretty much. Either way, it should be like this, and I'm gonna tile it some more. Let's see, can I even do it here? Give it some more stripe. Yep, this look real nice. Let's do something like 70. Do I even need to tile it? Yeah, I should tile it. Alright, cool. To make sure it stays on this and doesn't bleed on the other layers, I mean on the other UV shells right here, I'm gonna add a paint, and I'm gonna put stripe right above it, and on that paint, on that stripe, I'm gonna click on normal. Again, it's I'm not sure why it's showing up on my other screen, but when you click on the normal blending mode here, put it on multiply, and when you go back to the paint layer right here, click forward to go to your selection mode if you're not already there, and just click this UV while you're on the white mode right here. So now even if the stripe is like this big over all the shells, it's not gonna show up on anything else. All right, cool. So I think this looks fine. It's a little noisy, I feel. How do I feel about it? I am not yet sure. I think it's fine. Let me see, 75. It might look even noisier. I think 70 is fine. And for my height, I think my height is also a contribution to the noisiness. Let's do like 0.04. I don't know why I typed 0.4. Yeah, I think this is fine. We'll quickly take it to Marmoset and check it out. Export textures. Again, if you go back to your TV, make sure you have metallic, normal, and emissive turned on, because remember when we were making the stamps, like the alphas in Illustrator, we had to only export the base color, so now we can just export everything else. And let's see, 4K 8 bits. Oh, that is fine. Just click export. Alright, so where's my Marmoset? Here it is, please. Alright. Yeah, I think this is fine. I'm thinking my metal is kind of... What is that? Why is my metal dark? Hold up. Something's not right. What I will say, I think it's because this is reflecting on it. Yeah, I think that's why. Where's Marmoset? Here we go. I'm gonna turn on. I realized that when I turn on the ray tracing, the quality kind of dropped, like the quality of the video, but obviously that's just ray tracing doing its thing. So we kind of, what is all this? Oh, I know why it's doing that. You remember when we had file, export textures, when we said no padding? Yeah, that's why it's doing that. So I'm gonna go to dilation infinite again, so it can kind of like expand out the textures on every shell. So I'm gonna click export one more time, and we'll see it updated here. Hopefully that's the issue. I think it is. But all right, sick. Here we go. Now it's gone. Genius. All right, let me turn on ray tracing just to see. And again, like the quality of the video might drop just for a little bit, but we're just inspecting. Yeah, I think this looks fine. This looks really good. The knobs, I think, also look fine. from here. Yeah, and we'll have a different light, a different setup for the final render anyway. So it's really not a big deal, not a big whoop. All right. Let's see, what is this saying? It's not opening my occlusion roughness. Why not? I feel like it is, but let me make sure. Where is my TV folder? Here it is. I'm gonna go to my textures. Test. Yeah. I'm just gonna drag these in again. Metallic. Occlusion. Why is it in cavity? That's weird. That's why it was doing that. Okay. Huh. I don't remember putting this in cavity, but I guess now we know. Alright, cool. So yeah, everything still looks fine. The metal looks fine. I guess it wasn't reflecting, like it wasn't the black reflecting onto it, but now we know it was in cavity instead. But yeah, again, the setup, the lighting setup for the final will be different again anyway, so we can deal with this by the way it is right now. Everything looks fine. I guess I'll move on. Cool. So let's see. I think this is fine the way it is. Maybe I will do some roughness variation to the metal. Let's do something like turn off everything but roughness, maybe color as well. What I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna drag something in the color to give it some like contrasty look between I'll show you. Alright, if I do something like this, right, I'll call it rough variation. We'll just test it out and see how it looks. I'm gonna put it on triplanar and do a 3, yeah, something like this is fine. I'm gonna make sure I turn down the opacity really low. So right now, obviously the black and white is kind of overriding the color we had below. Let's see if we can mix them up together a little bit. Let's see, what does overlay do? I think I'm gonna turn off, let's see, overlay, maybe soft light. I don't mind soft light, and I'm just gonna go like this. This is fine. There's also this, where is it? Not here. It has this radial look. I think the resolution on this is too small for this radial look, so we'll just leave it as is. And yeah, let's see, where's the roughness variation. I'm gonna drop like a concrete, something like this in there, and I'm just gonna go to, instead of base color, I'm gonna go to roughness, and let's see, we'll turn down the opacity. Where is roughness, opacity? Oh, it's loading it. Please load quick. Ooh. Make sure you're stretching and drinking water, by the way, because this heat is killing me. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. Alright, cool. There we go. And I'm gonna put the roughness. Right now, if you look at the roughness, it's very whatever we just put in it, but I kind of want it to be mixed with the point 0.05 or whatever we did. I'm gonna put it on overlay. Yeah, this should be fine. Yeah, overlay is fine, and I'm gonna put the opacity just a bit higher, something like this. Yeah, I think like this is fine. This look real nice. This look real good. I'll do maybe 15. Yeah, let me just quickly export. Quickly. All right, cool. Where's Marmoset again? Maybe we should make it. I don't know why it keeps saying it's not finding my roughness. Let's try that again. Let me see, is this even the right folder for it? Bake maps, no. Marmoset, no. Models, this, no. Test. It should be the test. So I'm gonna drag it again, right? This is my roughness. This is my metallic and my occlusion. And I'm gonna put in my base color just to make sure, and my normal. Alright, cool. Let's put it higher, maybe 30. Opacity, export. Epic. Alright, let's check this out. Yeah, we can kind of, it updated, kind of. You can kind of see it, but again, I think due to the fact that the resolution is so low, it's kind of hard to see it, but yeah, I think, yeah, this looks better. And we'll have the same thing in all of these, and we'll slightly tweak them. Okay, so I'm gonna, let me make sure ray tracing is not turned on. Now we have the plastic and the metal. Like the plastic, again, everything should be pretty basic. On the height of this, on the like the little stripes we made on the knobs, I'm gonna add an anchor point. Let me delete it. Let me make sure I name this right. Knob height. Now I'm gonna add the anchor point. There you go. Maybe that was a long way to do it, but it's fine. I'm gonna add a new fill layer because we're gonna add some dirt, kind of like in the crevices and stuff. Name it dirt, and just roughness and color. For the color, it's gonna be something like dark gray, maybe. Roughness is pretty high, something like 7. Wait, no, 0.7. Yeah, this should be fine. I think something is missing here. What is missing? The metal? Yep, the metal. Something in the metal is missing. I'm just gonna add it real quick. It's on this one. There we go. Now nothing is missing. Cool. Alright, go back to the dirt, and I'm gonna right click black mask and add a generator. I'm gonna do the dirt generator. Again, this is pretty basic. We really can't do or don't have to do anything too crazy. First thing first, I'm gonna go to my micro height, add an anchor point. Let's find knob height. Where is it? Where is it? I just saw it. Here you go. These should be like in either alphabetical order or some kind of like, the last one should be on top, you know? And I'm gonna go to micro detail and turn on micro height. So now we should have some height in the crevices for this. When I turn on the dirt level, there should be some dirt in between these. Okay. Something like this should be fine. And obviously the dirt is too gray, right? So I'm gonna, let's see, a mask view. Maybe something like this. Something like this. Play with the grunge amount a bit. Maybe that's too much. Maybe a bit lower. If I go back to my, where is it, micro details right here, I can do the AO radius, lower it down just a bit. Maybe something like this is fine. Let's see. Yeah, and then we can lower the base color for this. So maybe something like 20, 30. No, we're in roughness. We want base color. Now we can lower it down very low. Maybe 25. Yeah, that's the good stuff right here. I think one more thing I want to do, I'm gonna add a fill, put it on subtract right away. Actually, no, not right away. I'm gonna find something pretty like contrasty. Let's see, black and white spot. This is fine. Yeah, and we can put the contrast really high, put it on triplanar and tile it. Maybe 12. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm gonna put it on subtract. Okay, now it's chopping up some of the dirt so it's not so uniform. Let's do it just a bit more, kind of like this. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I like that better. Like later on, we like for the last few layers we're gonna make for the TV, we're gonna add some grease and stuff here, so it's not gonna be so one roughness type thing, you know. So yeah, let me just quickly export it again just to test it out, and then we'll call it done and we'll move on. Nice. There we go. Yeah, I think this is fine. Let's see. Turn on ray tracing real quick. Yeah, I think this is good. It's really good. Alright, cool. Turn off ray tracing. Let's make sure we save. And I'm gonna go here and do the same as well. Save. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. The next video, we'll try to texture this inner part right here, and that's pretty much when everything will start coming together. After this, we'll do the knobs, like the top knobs. I can't even move this. Yeah, after the inside right here, we'll do this. And after that, we'll do the antenna and whatever is behind here, which should be pretty quick, pretty easy, because there isn't much you can do here. And we'll tackle the screen last to make sure it looks really good, give it its own little attention, you know. And then yeah, I'll see you in the next video.